Thomas J. Markey, CPA and Certified Exit Planning Advisor. One of the biggest surprises I encounter when meeting successful business owners is that most know what their house is worth. They get on Zillow. They know what their investment accounts are worth. They check in periodically, but they have no idea what their largest asset is worth, their business. For many founders, 70 to 90% of their net worth is tied up inside their company. Yet most owners only discover what their business is worth when they are ready to sell. And by then, it is often too late to make any meaningful improvements or do any planning. That is why at AXIOM Founders Family Office, we now use BizEquity for business valuations. Let's take a look at this dashboard here. BizEquity gives us a starting point to answer one of the most important questions every business owner should be asking. If I received an offer from my company tomorrow, what would it be worth? Now, I want to be clear. This is not a formal appraisal. This is a strategic planning tool. What it does is provide us with real-time estimate of business value and identify opportunities to increase that value over time. Let's start here. Based on the information entered, which includes uploading tax returns, putting in your financials for the business, BizEquity estimates the current value of a business and gives an approximation. Most owners have two reactions. Either they are pleasantly surprised or they realize they have a much larger gap than expected between where they are today and where they need to be for retirement. As an example, the valuation, the target exit valuation, the percentage of revenue growth, looks like we're short by about 3 years here. So we got a value gap. Now, what can we do to help improve that? BizEquity allows us to look under the hood and identify the factors that drive value. Let's take a look at some KPIs over here. So we got 2024, 2025, 2026. As we drop down here, we see all kinds of important KPIs, including revenue growth, profitability, customer concentration, industry comparisons, cash flow, and owner dependence. Based on the type of industry that you're in, this valuation software is going to compare you against all the other companies in that industry, and it's going to give you a green, or maybe we need to do some improvement. Many owners spend years working harder without realizing which areas actually increase company value. Another feature I really like is benchmarking. So as I said, as we come in here and we put in your financial information, it actually will give us where you're ranked compared to your industry average. This allows us to answer the question that many owners ask, am I doing well? This helps answer that question with data rather than opinions. Now let's talk about the part business owners find most exciting. What happens if we improve a few key areas? What if revenue increases? What if profitability improves? What if we reduce owner dependence? What if we strengthen recurring revenue? Small improvements can sometimes make huge adjustments to the value of the business. This changes the conversation from simply running a business to intentionally building an asset. We also use this to help answer bigger questions. How much is enough to retire? What is your business exit strategy? How can we reduce taxes when you eventually sell? What happens to your family if something happens to you? How do we maximize the value of your life's work? This is our process. And we work through all these different areas. So over here, you see business value and exit planning. Now that we know the value of our business, we can do some tax planning, estate and legacy planning. Let's make sure all those risks are managed, including inside your business and outside your business. And if you have outside investments or thinking about having outside investments, let's take a look at that and let's strategically integrate all of these together. Because knowing your business value is important, knowing what to do with that information is where the real planning begins. Many business owners spend decades building a company. Very few spend the same amount of time preparing to harvest the value they've created. Our goal is to help founders build, protect, maximize, and ultimately transition that value on their terms. If you'd like, we can run a business valuation today and identify the top opportunities that may help increase the value of your business over the next 3 to 5 years.